Should I start streaming?
Oh God, no! Please, no.
ISO speed. Kaisenet, man, help your brother out, man. I want to start.
Please, let's not.
Why not?
Because we have 4 kids and a lot of other responsibilities.
I've seen them how they do it. They're actually really good at it.
I'm sure.
Engaging, they're very good.
I'm very sure. I'm just saying
Yeah.
it's not right for you.
Why is that right for me?
Because it's just too
Do you know how
much.
much money they make?
I
Oh my
think you're
gosh.
okay.
No, they make a lot of money, baby. Baby,
Please, just no.
baby.
Now you're sitting on the timeline, scrolling. You see another love
I ain't gonna lie. That right there is not the reason to do it. Straight up, yo. If you are someone who like really is passionate about creating and really like having a community, you know, coming on here, want to be consistent, then yeah, do it. But if you want to just do this for the money,
Bruh.
good luck, bruh. Because yeah, there's good money in it, but the majority of folks won't even get close to that good money, and they'll quit before you even have a chance to even really rack it. Let's just be honest.
with streaming. The streaming landscape has changed from its early inceptions of just in TV. No longer are people sitting on their computers playing World of Warcraft or whatever other silly games.
Facts.
No longer are the faceless creators reacting to their favorite YouTubers' videos. No, streaming has become the mainstay in the main way that people are conveying their content onto these mainstream platforms. And to be honest with you, streaming has opened up some different heights that I would argue no other form of content has ever opened up to. I mean, literally just this
Facts.
past weekend, Kai Cenat is with LeBron James locking in streams at the AMP house.
And on particular day, would you ever come on an official stream?
For sure. It's time we gotta tap in.
It's time?
Yeah, it's time. We
So I
gotta
could,
tap
I could beat your ass in Madden.
in. No, you ain't gonna do that.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, but we gonna get down.
We gonna get down. All right, say less.
And he's impressing rising NBA star Victor Wembanyama on stream as well. I mean, you would think that Victor Wembanyama, who was in the presence of Tom Brady and LeBron James while doing the podcast, would be smiling about that, but no. Because he was on Kai Cenat's stream, he was cheesing from ear to ear.
And it's the guy with the front row seat.
Yeah, you on stream, bro.
You better take guys out.
Because he understands just what's coming with this. Like
Check this
everybody, when it comes to streaming, this is the new way because people just love that unfiltered, and people want to be big like, you know, the Kai Cenats and all these other people, and you can do it. Like there's room, but you just had to put in the work. Like this man Kai was making YouTube videos and Instagram skits for years before he got on the Twitch and got it cracking. And he was able to, you know, get a group of folks where he can do this work together with him and had support. That's huge. Just saying. Don't think it just came out of nowhere. I don't take no fault. Like, I know this young man was grinding. So don't think it just came from nothing.
These people come out.
Or being DDG, who is getting literal rock star treatment, or iShowSpeed getting the rock treatment. It seems like streaming has opened up doors and avenues that weren't normally possible when you uploaded your 8-minute YouTube video or you made your little short form TikTok dance.
Facts.
Streaming is doing something that it's never done before. It's even making other famous people in different industries like the music entertainment industry think about switching their careers. And maybe that's because there's something to it that, like, you know, you don't have all the restrictions that you once did with a label, or you have the ability to drop whatever you want to, say whatever you want to, not have this gang.
If they switch careers, it's literally just because they understand that they're not like the biggest celebrities no more. Content creators are really becoming like the new musicians and all these big like celebrities, because the world is moving over into content and to digital media. So literally, like, now is the time. If you are going to start creating, get behind the wave before it leaves you behind. Straight up.
gangster act, you know, not be stuck on this strict regimen, and just ultimately can have fun talking to your community, being your real personal selves, and still making a hell of a lot of money.
I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna start streaming. I'm gonna stop doing music. I'm gonna start streaming.
For real? No, don't do that. Then they're gonna blame me.
We can swap lives all
No.
We'll start making music, you stream.
Don't do that. They're gonna. Wait, when's that album drop, bro?
I think I'm gonna start streaming.
No, don't do that. They're gonna get mad.
Nah,
They're gonna
This
kill
is
us.
bad.
No, please.
I'm telling you.
When you drop it down.
Doing rap is just like, I want to just start streaming. I want, cause y'all live like a cool life. Y'all go everywhere every day.
But
Y'all
you-
got cats walking around this bitch. Y'all got all types of crazy
But you live
stuff.
a crazy life.
Oh, I know.
And you got some fucking bangers.
Well, shit, bro. It's a good thing that you did, because that shit ended up, you know what I mean,
panning out to say the
Hell,
least.
hell no, there's more money in this shit, bro. I should be doing what y'all doing.
You think? Nah, no, I don't know. I don't know. There are
Trying
rare,
to get like y'all,
rare
man.
cases.
Now, Devin Booker could be trolling because even
Every
though he's
name
stuck
mama wanna
in
be
the
like
abyss that
us.
is the Phoenix Suns
But it
organization,
ain't
he did
easy.
just sign a 2-year, $150 million. I used to live like these rappers. Will
Outside, at warehouse on the rooftop getting drunk.
sitting around looking at a phone saying, chat, what we doing, chat, what we doing, is
Like-
probably the worst way of streaming. Like, that's streaming 001, 101, whatever you want to say. But everybody doing it for a bag chase, honestly, is going to end up falling flat. Now,
No, that's facts. And it's also facts that it's like a lot of people, especially, I hate to say it, a lot of these female streamers, they just sit there, look cute, look in there, and wait for people to talk. What we doing? And blah, blah, blah. And you know what? Look, can I hate? No. Can I do better? Of course. Should I do better? Hell yeah. And that should be a lesson to you all as well. At the end of the day, competition is competition. If you may not have the features that someone has or whatever that this girl or person has, they may not like you for what they like them for. But there's competition everywhere. And if you really want to do this, you have to show people why they want to watch you over the next person. And that is part of your competition.
this isn't a new concept in this world. We've seen people from different various niches see that other content creators are having fun in different niches, or other celebrities are having fun in different niches,
Facts.
and they decide to dip their toe in it. They also see people having success, but most times that they don't see is that a lot of people aren't having success when they do this. You remember the podcasting era
Facts.
from about a year or two ago when everybody in their mama had a podcast? Think about how many of those podcasts are still here to this day. Think about how many of those podcasts are actually successful. It's funny because the same podcasts that were successful back then and were at the peak back then are still successful to this day. And that
Yep.
means that those that decided to enter the game late because they saw it was some sort of fun, or they thought they had a thought-provoking conversation, realized quick, fast, in a hurry that either they're not entertaining, not thought-provoking, and there wasn't a lot of money in it. Now, I will say that that is
Yo, that is facts. You know, because there's so many like podcasts that got started that just didn't keep going. And if you would have kept going, you probably would have got big. And truthfully, that market isn't untapped, but it's still very open in certain ways because it's different from radio. It has a lot of potential that radio doesn't have when it comes to ads and when it comes to really being able to reach your audience. And think about this, audience retention. You do a 30-minute podcast and you have 1,000 people listen to that. Think about the amount of time you really spent with those people, the relationships you built. That is why podcasting is like going to be huge and is huge. And that's where the money is. But you can't just think I put out one podcast, you know, and I was talking about some BS with my homegirl or my homie in my kitchen or something. It's gonna get people to listen. Just like with your content, you have to really keep hitting these people here, provoking these people to actually want to consume what you're doing over someone else, someone else is doing.
a little bit different though in the general content creation space because there is a lot of money in it. Forbes put out their top 50 creators of 2025, ranking them by earnings, and you would be surprised at how many of the content creators that we know and love from the streaming and YouTube generation era, whatever the case may be, actually made that list. But I will say
Facts.
that the bag shouldn't be the only reason why you rush into this content creation
Definitely
game. That's
not.
why a lot of these people fizzle out or end up doing some of the stupidest shit on the internet to be broadcasted in front of thousands
Literally.
upon thousands upon thousands of people on a daily basis. And I think it's cool all in all, but at some point you have to realize that you are still a human and you are yourself. And that's why you see content creators like Dabo get into these humiliation rituals
Yeah,
where
he
his
be
girlfriend
tripping.
literally humiliates him for content. And then even on the flip side, where his girlfriend gets emotional on camera because she only got into this content creation game in order to escape poverty.
Like my dad never guided me. He never guided me. He never knew what was going on in my life. He never knew nothing about us. Like he was just there. He was just inconsistent and just there. That's why I feel like I'm gonna give my family, like nobody's gonna.
Honestly, like that's tough, you know, but don't be like this young lady. And, you know, I can never say about the childhood, but don't be like this young lady doing this just for the money, just for the clout, just for what it is, because I'm telling you, it will take everything you out of you just because it is so taxing on people to create and to literally live this lifestyle. Especially when it comes to streaming, because streaming is you are giving up so much of your privacy and your personal time for people to watch you and be around you 24/7 almost. Like stream, like think about it this way. You may do a sleep stream. People are watching you sleep. That is so intimate. And that's why streamers are coming up. And it's this newer wave of intimacy compared to podcasting, because yeah, I might have got you for an hour or 2 hours, but now say I'm kicking it with you for 3, 4, 5 hours. You might even be on just watching me while I sleep for no reason. Like, that's how much you love these people, love streamers. And that's how much influence they have. And it's going to be even bigger moving forward this next few years.
I guess that's the reason why she was twerking in the Ice Spice video underage, or, you know, admits to using Dabo in this humiliation content, which there's a whole bunch of colorism conversations that go into that conversation. But ultimately, she is willing to humiliate a man and potentially look promiscuous or whatever the case may be, not caring about her digital footprint, all for the sake of this streaming and internet money. Now, I'm not necessarily worried about a lot of these people because honestly, most of them will fail. Just like I talked about with the podcast generation or the TikTok generation, or hell, even the YouTube generation. Most people aren't entertaining enough to continuously maintain in one space. That's why they keep revolving into the next one and the next one to cling on to whatever they have. Young Miami is literally hopping on stream and is arguably one of the most boring streamers we have ever seen in modern times. Miami. But I think that's a reflection of her music career as well. After the whole breakup with JT and the City Girl shtick being done, she's pretty much done musically. And now she's just trying to get into the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. Another reason why a lot of them won't continuously be successful, they'll ultimately fail, is because they think that streaming has to be tied to a man. And I'm specifically talking about the women in this conversation. They end up going down this path of continuously be putting in these situations to be sexualized for a male audience that doesn't necessarily want them, until they end up crying on camera like Cooking with Kaya the other week, because now she's receiving so much hate and backlash from people who are calling her out for what she's doing. Treating streaming like OnlyFans is not the way to go. You have to actually build an audience as opposed to shaking ass with your hand out, like JT said. And ultimately, the skills don't transfer. Yeah, we like to see Giannis play basketball. Yeah, we like to see, I don't know, all these other hoopers shoot jump shots, or football players catch balls or whatever. That does not then translate into being a good streamer. You have an audience based off of your athletic gifts or maybe your rapping ability, but the ability to maintain an audience's attention span for your 3-hour streams 4 times a week, a lot of people don't have that. And then ultimately you're inconsistent as hell too, because I've seen a lot of players do these things in the off season and then spend the whole regular season not streaming, not creating content. There's no clips about you, none of that stuff. And somebody will come in and take that attention span. I'm glad that streaming has gone to total new heights and stuff like that. You know, I'm seeing Aiden Ross with Donald Trump or Sneeko with Mayor Adams on stream. And while these might be places that we don't think that streaming should be just yet, especially because those two guys don't know how to handle those conversations, it seems as if not only are streamers recognizing their power, but the powers that be are recognizing the powers of streaming. And they both might be grifting off each other, but this seems to be a legitimate place, space, and category for content creation that is bigger than just the desk. It's no longer just a video game. It's no longer just a faceless camera. It's a place and space that can build you up to where you are living out your dreams of being on the BET red carpet like Kai, Tylil, and Zoe. It's a medium of content that once wasn't explored or thought so highly of, but is now the new mainstay. It is the new mainstream way of getting across content. And
No, that's facts, y'all. And when it really comes down to it, it's like this is the new wave, and people are seeing just how much influence, how much power, and what can be done by being in this space. So if you were really truly want to be a streamer, want to be a content creator, I say do it, but don't do it for the money, because there are going to be years, months, nights, days that you were just struggling, you're crying, you're hurting, it ain't what it is. It's not hitting, you think, you know what I'm saying? It don't be hitting for what you think it's always going to be hitting for. So just be okay with knowing you will struggle, be okay with knowing that that's how this game is, and that you'll get to where you need to go, but it's going to take some time, and it's going to take putting in some work. Don't be a lazy creator. Don't be a lazy streamer. Like, know what you're supposed to be doing and really put that work out there. That's the only way you're gonna really be able to be successful in this game or be an industry plant. But I don't have any tea on being an industry plant as Bobby Althoff, because I'm not one.